How long did pre-production take for Ring of Fire? Okay, that's a little complicated. What's up, guys? I'm an independent film director and producer, and my debut feature film, Ring of Fire, is actually coming out later this year. You can check the link for that as well as all the behind-the-scenes content in my bio. Depending on how far back you want to go, pre-production was a year to 2 years long. 2 years if you go all the way back to kind of like the inception of the idea and the beginning of writing the script. It took me a little over a year to write the script with my screenwriter buddy Ricky. We were just basically having 3-4 hour nights, 3 to 4 times a week for well over a year before the script really became locked. At that point, I knew I was about a year out from shooting it just based on when I wanted to shoot it, which was in summer. And then from there, it was really just about doing the rest of the planning, right? My producer Carmela and I, we spent that whole year planning logistically how we would go shoot the film. That's around the time I got in contact with my DP, and he was on board about a year before we went out and shot, right? And we spent a lot of time just coming up with essentially our run and gun technique and then implementing the different strategies on how we were gonna maintain the cinematic language that we were going for while still having to be fast and nimble. And as we got closer to, going to Indonesia to shoot the film, about 6 months out, I brought in these two amazing coordinators, Angel and Joe, who are actually Bali-based content creators themselves. And from then on, it was really just Carmela working with them every night for months, just setting up all the different things logistically that we had to do. Really, the pre-production on this film was so much more about setting up a giant travel itinerary, right? Where we were going to be staying, what we were going to be doing for food and accommodations in those different areas, right? What locations were we going to be run and gun in? What locations did we have to, get permits for, pay for, different type of, car rentals, getting drivers. I mean, just so many logistical things went into making sure that this group of 15 people could go to Indonesia and pull off shooting this movie. Essentially, we're looking at 1.5 to 2 years of pre-production for a film like this, which is crazy to say because now we're almost 1.5 years post-filming and, the film's still not out. So you're looking at essentially 3.5 years of my life so far have been caught up in this film. It's been crazy, but it's been such a wild journey, and it's almost, sad that it's finally sort of coming to an end, but we're super excited to finally be at this phase where we're about to get the film out into the world and let audiences consume it and judge it for themselves. If you guys are interested in behind the scenes of this film, then stay tuned because we have an 8-episode documentary series coming exclusively to YouTube. So hit the links in my bio to stay up to date on when that's dropping.